How does Australian humor differ from American humor?
I think it's a lot more, as you said, self-deprecating. Like you're looking to just make fun of yourself. It's like very lighthearted. It's a lot of fun of like making fun of each other and like a lot of banter back and forth. At least from where I grew up. So in America, people do take that sometimes, but there's a lot of people that don't really like that kind of humor and that kind of back and forth. So it's different between person, but that's definitely something that I've had to be more aware of, I would say, is making fun of people, because if they're going to take it more personally, the joke isn't anywhere near as funny. So
Oh, you know I'm going to ask for an example of when you offended somebody now.
Off the top of my head, no.
Not like crazy bad, but like just give me a little example of like certain things that we might not say.
Well, it probably happens more on my stream than anything else. Like, someone says something and I like come back with like a stupid, maybe like slightly offensive, but if you know me, I'm joking, but then some people get offended and stuff like that. Just like silly things like that. Yeah.
For sure. Right on. You're the only Australian player in the entire league, right?
The only player. We have a coach on Valiant, and there's Uber as the caster. So
that's right. He's from Australia as well. So do you feel like a pressure to represent for Australia as a player?
Nothing seriously, because I think a lot of people don't link my play with like Australia, but it's great to see Australians. I get a lot of fans from it. I don't feel a massive amount of pressure because there's a lot of great players. There's a lot of great teams, and honestly, I'm just trying to represent our team, not as much my country at all times. So.
Right on. You're an Australian football fan as well, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, first of all, what the fuck is up with the oval? That confused me a lot.
Okay, this is actually a thing. So I say, hey guys, let's go to the oval. And everyone not from Australia just looks at me and like, what? The oval, the thing that you go and kick the ball on. And they go, you mean the field? I'm like, no, it's an oval. And they're like, but it's not an oval, it's a rectangle. I'm like, doesn't matter, it's still an oval. It's this weird thing that I've tried to talk to everyone, and everyone looks at me just like you're looking at me, like I'm an idiot.
Well, we don't have oval fields here. When I first saw pictures on Twitter of you going to games, I'm like, what game even is this?
It's honestly the best game in the world, I'll say it. In terms of sports, I think it's so much fun. It's fast paced. It's long. It's got everything you want in it. So I'm sure I just lost a couple of fans, but hopefully I gained some Australian representation. So
let's narrow it down in terms of sports then, because let's be careful here. Football is a religion in America, essentially.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you're going to say Australian football is better than American football,
yeah.
Right? Why?
Because the thing I hate about American football is how it is so stop and start, and the game can be decided off of like very small or minute misplays by one person, which I don't like. I like the game structure where the entire team has an effect, and the team that wins is generally the team that plays better, not the one player who fumbled the ball and then the other guy runs back and hits the end zone. So
talking about you moving over to Valiant, a lot of your teammates have said that Custa makes for a very positive environment, keeps everybody mood up. How do you think you specifically had an impact in that regard?
I like to stay like positive as much as possible. When you're practicing, when you're playing matches, going through hard times is always going to be happening, and getting angry and getting frustrated never really solves the issue. It's something that I always try and alleviate from the team. Make sure when things are going wrong that you're always focusing forward, and you're always focusing, how can we do better? What can we change? How can things be better? So if you sort of get stuck in that negative mindset, it's really hard to come back as soon as you start losing, and it starts a downward spiral. So I try as a player to alleviate that from my teammates as much as possible by keeping things positive.
That's great, because you came in the shot caller role for Valiant.
Yeah.
So in getting a little bit more specific in regards to leadership, what does a good leader or a good in-game shot caller do when it's so easy to get your teammates hyped when you're winning and you're doing well, but when you're losing, obviously it's a different story. So what specific things do you say, or how does your communication style change?
It's all about trying to refocus the team and focus them on like not what just happened. Like, today is a great example of our match where, we had a blowout on Anubis, we had a good defense, but then our offense was garbage. And then we had the same thing on Junkertown, and it's all about helping the team take their mind away from that. It's done. Can't take that back, and then just like focusing on the next thing. And just what I generally do is I like to focus on the little things that we've talked about in the past and sort of bring them up. Start reminding people of the next game, so they start thinking about the next map, start thinking about the next play. So therefore, all the negative things are out of their mind, and they're starting to think about the current match.
Do you think Valiant's more the type of team to start arguing in game, or is like go quiet?
No, from my experience with Valiant, we haven't had like many arguments in game. We have discussions outside of it, but like I don't think I've ever had a situation where a player is noticeably upset that something is happening and that that it's actually going to bring the team down. You know, obviously people get frustrated every now and then, but one of the things that I think we're really trying to focus on Valiant is keeping that out of the game. You know, keeping a very positive, you know, an environment where everyone can feel that they can say what they want to say and do what they want to do without feeling like attacked or frustrated or feeling like they can't do anything. So,
did you guys have when you were on field, did you have like a specific training facility?
We trained here.
Oh, you trained here?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of rooms and offices that I think most of the teams utilize. It allows you to practice on LAN client, which is a really nice thing. But I honestly really enjoy the Valiant place that we have because it's a lot more isolated. It allows you to focus more on your team and less the people around. It's also got a lot of nice sunshine, nice areas, and like a lot of there's a lot of positive vibes from that place, which is kind of hard from a studio sometimes.
Can you give me a few specific examples of some maybe creature comforts that the Valiant complex offers that you might not get at the Blizzard Arena?
One of the things that, creature comforts, like one of the things that I love the most about the practice facility is like we sort of practice in like a really nicely decked out garage. But when you walk out the door to go anywhere, toilet, anything, you walk outside. And being outside and sort of disconnecting from being stuck in a stuffy room is like an actually really nice thing. We have a coffee machine at our place, which I utilize a lot. But on top of that, all the staff, all the support staff, all the people from behind the scenes that you see at Valiant are all there. So like I've met all the people, I've been introduced, I eat with those people. So it's really nice it feels more like a family because everyone's sort of living and working in sort of the same area. So
who do you feel like was the Valiant MVP?
I think you got to give the MVP to Agilities. I think he played a lot of really good heroes and at a really high level, and he really pulled us out of a lot of tough spots, Nimbani especially. So he was integral in Koth as well because his Pharah just like putting in so much work. We were really questioning at times who we wanted to play and that kind of stuff, and Agilities really pulled through with his Pharah and Genji plays. So it's really good to see him playing well, especially in such a high intensity match.
Anything else you'd like to say? Anything you'd like to address that's on your mind that we didn't address right now?
I think the number one thing was big shouts to fans. Like the energy in the arena today was actually incredible. It's definitely the largest crowd, most interactive crowd for both sides. So it was a lot of fun. Like I remember actually hearing at the very end of that Oasis match when they started pulling ahead, their fans went nuts. And then when we pull ahead, our fans went nuts. Like you can hear that from the crowd. You can hear that roar and the cheering. So it was a really interesting and exciting feeling to hear that. So
for more Overwatch interviews and analysis, subscribe to our channel. You can also find stats, discussions, and more on our website and mobile app at blitzesports.com.